So sequencing matters when it comes to listening to an album. If any music geeks out there like myself, I love to like rearrange songs if it doesn't fit the way it was made for. So let's go back to like how Kendrick Lamar had Damn, where you could listen to it frontward and backward, and it was like a whole different experience. Or Life of Pablo with Kanye West. Anytime you listen to it, it was a different sound, or it was additional song, something was removed, something was added. I think with sequencing is so important. And with Ari Lennox album, I think they just needed to rearrange a couple of songs to make it a seamless listen. It definitely helps to have the singles that we've been listening to for the past 6 months a little further down, or you have it start the album. That's just my 2 cents. What do y'all think about that? Put it in the comments, and put a music note in the comments, so if you got this far in the video, and give me your feedback on how you think sequencing matters with listening to albums. Also, Jazmine Sullivan's Heaux Tales, where Ari Lennox was featured on, that is like the perfect seamless album that you could just listen front to back. Again, put in the chat any of your favorite albums that you could listen to front to back. And also let me know how you feel about sequencing. To me, it's super important. And luckily with certain streaming platforms, you could re-sequence things yourself, like Spotify. I don't know if Tidal does that. I'm an avid Tidal listener. So I'm gonna check that out and get back to y'all. Those albums weren't just songs, they were experiences. That's why I love Kendrick Lamar's Damn. That's why I love Jazmine Sullivan's Heaux Tales. And that's why I love Kanye West's Life of Pablo. All of them were like seamless, and the sequencing was very important. And Deep Strokes is like one of my favorite songs. Listen to that and come back. Okay, so Deep Strokes, that is produced by D-Nice, is listed as one of the composers on here, which is really dope. I saw it on Instagram that he posted about it, and I thought that was like, oh, that made my antennas go up. What else y'all got on this album? What else y'all doing together? And what is D-Nice up to? I know recently, if you're in North Jersey, he did one of his quarantine shows in Newark. I heard it was amazing. He had a lot of Jersey outside. Shout out to D-Nice. But also, if you guys are big Ari Lennox fans, then you would know some of her friends that be around her. I noticed on the credits that Aziza was on here. So Aziza is like one of her hometown friends from Maryland. And she would always be on the live when Ari would go live on Instagram. And those two together are hilarious. So when I saw that Aziza was on there, so of course, just being a fan of Ari, I started to follow her friend, and come to find out she's also a songwriter too. And they're just like, Ari is just nonstop singing on live. This is before she would just be blacked out on Instagram and complaining about the industry. She would just be having fun and singing and talking about what next she wanted to do. And those were like the fun days of Instagram lives with Ari Lennox. But yeah, that also stood out to me. And of course, Elite from Dreamville. I thought that was a good addition to the album to have Elite on there. He's on a couple of songs, so definitely check that out. But as a whole, here are my favorite songs that I love. Horoscope, Deep Strokes, what else? Company, Dreaming. And then Twin Flame is like it's a rather new single as well. And I love that song. And Mobbin' in DC, how it starts. But the whole album from front to back is good music. It was good to hear that the Joe Budden podcast was talking really nice about Ari, because sometimes they go back and forth. I love the rollout. I love what Jermaine Dupri is doing with Ari Lennox. Jermaine Dupri obviously is an icon. He helped create so much good music, from TLC to Usher. And also Brian Michael Cox, very known for creating dope R&B songs. So I'm glad Ari is finally in her bag, and she has the right team this time around. Unfortunately, Dreamville couldn't do that for her, but it's good to see that she's just in her creating world, and she's doing a good job at showing her personality, and she's not overthinking. She's not getting in her own way. So everybody go support Ari, our girl, and listen to Vacancy. It's a dope album.